A peep through history. A large old-fashioned door is placed in the middle of the street at a recognizable landmark, for example, Big Ben in London. This door contains a peephole which, when looked through, will transport the user to a period of time in history by altering the environment on the other side of the door. This is done through the peephole, hence a peep through history. This will then trigger a spontaneous event to occur, with the aim of surprising the user. As you can see, the door is placed in the middle of the street, near a highly frequented national landmark. Helped by the boldness of the grand Victorian architecture, the door imposes itself onto passers-by and demands attention, as this weird and outright bizarre installation. Users will generally approach from either side of the door and step onto the pressure mat, which will detect that there is a potential user, cleverly disguised as just the front door step. The user will probably try to open the door and use the knocker, but to no avail. This will result in no significant action. The user will eventually put their eyes against the peephole in an attempt to investigate what the door really is about. However the user approaches the door, peeping through the peephole is one of 3 potential interactions that the user could possibly make, and the only successful one, as the door won't open and using the knocker has no outcome. Looking through the peephole, the user will see the same buildings and roads in front of them as they do now, but at a specific time in history, with the buildings and roads pre-mapped and created on a software such as the Unreal Engine. It will also look very dark and very grim. As a result of this, the users will perceive the installation as passive and be eluded into thinking that all they are doing is generally having a peep through history. When the user presses their eye against the peephole, facial and eye recognition technology will be used to detect the eye to alert the presence of a user, which would then trigger the following events. The animation that follows depends on which side of the door you are facing. If you are looking from the inside door, you will see what is happening outside, and vice versa. In this case, a cart will be pushed out onto the road in front of you and abruptly come to a stop. The user will hear the words, "Bring out the dead," and the sound of bells. Swiftly following a loud knock, a face will suddenly appear. This will be an undertaker or a plague doctor wearing a frightening mask with the intention of scaring the user. The purpose of these undertakers and doctors would be to call those who are plagued out for treatment or for their bodies to be taken away. The alternative scenario takes place in a historical front room, where a plagued human being comes screaming at you, assuming that you are the undertaker or plague doctor, and tells you to go away with the same intended effect of frightening you.